Good afternoon. My name's Rodney Glover. I'm the candidate for governor of Florida. I put out a ton of information to tell you that here is a solution that I believe could work if we get behind it. But don't you think for a second that I do not understand that the problem is where we are in our lives and it is different for all of us. I know when people say, hey, we should boycott the system. Who's going to feed me? Who's going to make sure I have a roof over my head? If I got kids, who's going to make sure they eat? If you're telling me not to go to work and this corporation decides to say, you know what, since you decided not to go to work, you don't have anywhere to be. And now, wherever I live at that I have to pay bills at, they send somebody to remove me out of there. Where is my assistance going to come from when I have to do all this sacrificing? I understand. That's why I decided to run for governor, because they are asking us to make these ultimate sacrifices, and they may be necessary. There is a time that we have seen throughout the history of we're just going to focus on the United States of America, out the history of the United States of America, that have made these sacrifices necessary. And I know that people are sitting at home right now wondering to yourself, are we here? Man, they're asking me to give up everything. And in my lifetime, I might not even see this work. So I don't ever want anyone to understand. I don't understand that. This is exactly why I'm pushing to get expansive democracy. This is why. Because if all of the decisions that are being made by our state and federal government are the decisions that are pushing us to have these type of conversations, then we need to have more control or more say so in these decisions. That makes so much sense to me, because it makes super sense that I cannot afford to not go to work. I cannot afford to go to jail. I can't afford to be locked up, because I have responsibility and accountability. And I know I got responsibility and accountability for also ensuring that that future that I brought into this world has the best chance too. And you put me between what they call a rock and a hard place. And I understand that. And there's not a lot of time where I can really sit and discuss that, because I have to say, hey, here were the reasons we got here. And then I have to ask you for the support that I do not see overwhelmingly. And it's not okay that I don't see it overwhelmingly, but I know you're dealing with the problems. So yes, I am out here trying my best to get you to understand that if we do not get control over these elected officials, the same thoughts that you're having, they may not be sacrifices. They may be forced upon you, because you know what? There are citizens who have already had poverty forced upon them. Poverty, not because they didn't do well enough. Poverty because a law was passed that removed what you were doing. That's why it's so important for me to get you to understand this. That's why it's so important for me to want to drive this home. I'm really here for the people, but I'm trying to get put in the office by the people, so that I know that the support from you meant that you didn't want to be forced. If you're not wealthy, I mean that. If you're not wealthy, then a lot of poverty is touching you a lot faster than it's touching somebody who is wealthy. We've got to get control of this. And we are not hearing enough about how we're going to help each other. This war that's happening out there, it's costing. And it's us that are in it. So, of course, somehow we're going to have to pay for this, because it costs money to do it. We just haven't seen the bill yet. And they haven't told us how much things are going to go up. But we know it is. $1 billion a day? Things are going to keep getting bad. So I just wanted to let you know, even if I'm just putting out information, do not think that I am not out here meeting citizens that understand that there is a problem. So we're here to help solve it. Help us solve it by going to Glover2026.com, printing out the document, Just sign your name, date it, put your information right down there, and take it to your supervisor of elections office. Sacrifice your time before you are forced to sacrifice everything else. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Give us a chance to reform the system, and things will not be perfect immediately, but at least we start to go in the right direction. Thank you for your time.